Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pavan. I have my team members Pritam, Anushree, and Pranav. I hope everyone is doing absolutely fine. And today we are going to give a seminar on robotic arm. So these are our team members. These are the pictures of our team members. And yeah, so the basic idea behind robotic arm is that nowadays machine has become a part of human life. Everywhere you see, we are totally dependent on technology and machines. So we see robotic arm as a future, as an extension of humans for doing multiple tasks. Okay, so Pritam, objective.
Sure. So our team decided to make this robotic arm, which is gesture control, to enable the handicapped, doctors, military carry out their day-to-day task with ease and convenience, so that it saves their time and efforts. We believe machines should be made to make human life easier, and we tried to make this possible by making our gesture control robotic arm into existence. Next slide, Pavan. Okay. So we decided to make this uh, to make this gadget simple and inexpensive so that it may be mass produced and used for a variety of purposes. The goal of this project is to create a car or a arm that can be controlled through gestures, and this can be utilized in variety of applications including wireless controlling breathing and etc.
uh, Problem statement. Basically, the aim of this project is to develop a human machine that interface with the interface used for control robot arm. Next slide. Over to Pavan.
Okay, so the scope of this project is, so I'll give you some situations wherein we can use this particular robot. uh, like nowadays in sewage system, if you see, there are a lot of humans working, and sometimes it is not possible for particular human to get into narrow places to see if there is any kind of blockage, or if there is some kind of repair work that needs to be done. In that situation, we can definitely use this kind of robot, because it has wheels, so it can definitely travel in any direction, left, right, forward or backward. So yeah, in that situation we can use it. And this can also be used for people who are physically handicapped, for people who cannot walk. If they want a glass of water or anything like that, they can use this robot with the help of gestures and direct the robot to that particular direction from where they want to get water or anything to eat or something like that. And that can be very helpful for that kind of people. It can also be used in industries for if there is any kind of chemicals or any kind of things that we want to handle, but it is very risky for human, uh, because it can spill and cause any kind of harm to human skin. So to avoid that, we can also use this kind of technology there. And in entertainment, obviously we can use it in entertainment, because kids love this kind of technology, wherein it's a toy for them, so that they can use it as a toy, as an entertainment as well. And also it can be used for home automation. Again, if there is someone who is physically handicapped and who is unable to reach to certain places, they can use this kind of technology for turning on switches or turning it off. Preferred technology, Pritam.
Uh, yes, thank you, Pavan. Basically, in this project, we have used certain technology, Python, Proteus, Arduino, and embedded C. Next slide. So, what are the minimum system requirements for this to run our project? So, basically, in this Windows 8 or above slash Mac OS, processor is 2.2 gigahertz CPU or faster, RAM 4 GB or higher, DDR3, Intel HD graphics 300, NVIDIA graphic card, any graphic card which support even uh, inbuilt graphic cards also will do for this project. This space is 20 GB or slightly less than 20 GB, it will do. Next slide. So these are the physical parts, which is known as modules, which is being used in our project. So basically, here we are going through one by one. First is Node MCU ESP8266. It's a second is the DC gear motors. Third is L293D. Four is jumble wires. Fifth wheels. Sixth robot chassis. Second, seven jumper cables switch, and means 12-volt battery, zero PCB board, hand grippers, which is used to grab the objects. Over to Pawan next slide.
Okay, so this is the picture of the uh, project that we are making. And as you can see here, it has a hand or a gripper, which can be used to hold objects. And this is basically everything included in this, like drivers for the motors. And also we have node MCU attached here. Okay, so mathematical model, we basically using CNN algorithm in this process. What we do is we take images first. We try to feed these images to the computer to let them know what gesture will do what. And once the images are fed to the computer, it remembers it. And next time, using that gesture, we can uh, function our robot. Okay, yeah. The block diagram is same. We need a webcam. We capture images. Once those images are captured, these images are stored, and then next time when we try to use that images, the saved images, it will do appropriate action. And if we are using any gesture which is not registered, it will produce an error. Okay, applications. So this can there can be several applications. I have listed few here. So it can be controlled remotely. That means suppose if you are working in military and if you want to go to some certain enemy location, if you physically go there, they'll definitely capture you. And that's loss of human life, which we don't want. So we can use this kind of robot for surveillance, for going to the enemy's location. And this can also be used during pandemic, because doctors were putting their lives at risk, because anyone in contact with the patients can definitely get COVID. So to avoid that situation, we can also attach, for as in future scope, we can also attach temperature sensors to check temperature of patients. We can also provide them medicines. And since it can go forward, left, back, every direction, we can make sure that each and every patient can be attended. Okay, we are using media pipe for image detection. It is a library, so it checks the points on the hand, and based on that, the gestures are registered. Advantages. Over to Pranav.
Yes. So basically, its advantages that it saves time of every human. It reduces human effort. It is easy to operate, and there is no need of experts. Anyone can use this device of any age group without its detailed knowledge. Disadvantages. Main disadvantages it's that is it difficult to achieve multitasking while using this device. An upgrade of this device is it will be more costly because hardware that we are use.
Used to record the
Okay,
solution.
Anushree, you're not audible. Let me take over from here. So in future scope, we can do a lot of changes to this particular project. We can add a human-like arm that will be very interesting to see, as it can perform many more operations as it is doing right now. Okay, and since we are now using gestures for this, possibly in future we can also use brain waves to uh, interact with the robot. So that is something that we are looking forward into. And also, just like there are automated Tesla cars, we also are planning to embed some AI in it, so that it can automatically work without any human interaction at all. So that's our future scope. And these are our references. Over to Pritam.
Oh, so be inspired. This is one of the famous quote of Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Uh, so, so thank you for this, for giving us opportunity to presenting our paper on this forum. We are
Okay,
open to questions. If there
okay,
is
Pavan,
any questions,
Yes.
Pritam, right
yes.
now, which actions you are implemented in your robotic arm?
Forward, backward, left, right, and then gripping.
Gripping.
Yes.
And what other things you can implement in your robotic hand?
Right now, these are the only things that we have implemented.
Hmm.
But in future, if we get opportunity and if we get time, we'll definitely try to improve it by attaching a camera on robot itself. Right now we are using camera on our laptops, so this camera can also, like for example, in iPhones nowadays there are LiDAR sensors, right? So similarly, we can either use camera or LiDAR sensor. What it will do is it will generate a map of particular room, and once the map is generated, we can direct it to go to certain places automatically. And also, if charging is required, it can charge itself. That would be our something that would look forward to do if we get time.
Can we implement the pressure with which the hand is holding something?
Right
Because
now we not.
if it is
Yes,
a hard object, we can hold it anyway, no problem.
correct.
Okay, but if it is a soft object, so in your movie even you are shown that the it is holding a rose,
Yes,
so that is a soft component. So
correct.
it has to hold it with the soft. Can we implement this kind of thing into the robotic arm? That is my question. And
uh,
how, if according to your knowledge, how we can implement that?
it is possible to implement. So right now what we have did is we have went with the default speed of motor. So if somehow we can control the speed of motor in grabbing object, that will definitely be able to help us in holding softer objects, because if it goes slow, then definitely it can catch softer object with a lot of care.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
You can close your presentation.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.